Did you want a sequel to Rio? How come no one's responding with a yes? You didn't love Rio? Everyone loved Rio. That's why 2 years later, or 3 years, I don't even know, I'm not bad at math. It got a sequel, and it's fucking awful, if you couldn't tell. Not even the Jesus statue, Christ the Redeemer, likes Rio, and he's in Rio. Remember my man Moto Moto and from Madagascar 2? Remember how great Madagascar 2 was? Well, I guess someone at Blue Sky thought so too, because they basically ripped off the entire plot of that movie. In Madagascar 2, they start off in Madagascar and they travel to here and they find old family members and such, and they have like a fight between two clans, and the son, one of the main characters, is disowned by their family, kinda, because they're a failure, because they're too much a city, like. If that sounds familiar, it's just because Rio 2 did the same thing, except they didn't do it from the Africa standpoint. In Rio 2, they start off in Rio de Janeiro, and they go, guess what direction? West, into a more wild part of the area where, the character finds their long lost father figure, and there's a fight between two clans, and the one per kid gets, not kid, but one of the members gets disowned because they're lame and too city like. They copied the story, except they did it worse. There's no Motomoto. William's in the movie, but he's not playing Motomoto. He's playing some dumbass bird. This bird right here, it looks like it could lose a few pounds. I don't know what this face is, but this bird here, you need to go on a diet. How do you make a sequel to an amazing movie like Rio 1? Well, you copy Madagascar 2, and you just throw a bunch of shit at the wall. Not only did they copy Madagascar 2, but they add a bunch of other shit that makes the movie a bunch of clusterfuck. Yeah, keep in mind, they have kids, and the kids do fucking nothing. It's kind of like, in Shrek they have kids and they don't do anything either, but these kids are so fucking pointless. They got redesigns and new personalities, but they're like, oh, I'm a quirky kid, and that's about it. They're in the movie for like 5 fucking minutes. What's the point of having kids in the movie? Sometimes they don't even go away. They're in the whole movie, but they barely do anything. But yeah, the human characters are back from the first movie. They don't do anything. They discover part of the jungle, and that's about it, and they are barely in the movie. So what's the point? They throw in all the characters from the last movie. Remember this broad? Remember when the guy got a boner looking at her in the last movie? So the birds are going to the Amazon rainforest because there's going to be more of their bird species there, I guess, even though they're last of their kind. And the dad's, voiced by Jesse Eisenberg, or Jesse Eisenberg, if you will, is a complete loser, and he has no game, so I don't know how he got Anne Hathaway bird, but whatever. This is one of those movies that, even though it's called Rio 2, it doesn't really take place in Rio. I think I would make fun of that more, but Madagascar had Madagascar 3, it took place 0% in Madagascar, so whatever. Also, for some reason, the side characters are coming along. Why? Well, because I guess they're funny. They're not really funny, they're kind of lame. And they kind of suck. And like I said, one of the birds needs to lose some weight. Also, one of the toucan guy had as a family. He just ditches him. Like, I'm going to go on a road trip, fuckers. Bye. See you later. What a great dad. You didn't need these side characters. They don't do anything in the movie. They've barely any clips of them in the movie because they're too busy focusing on the other bullshit that they had to cram in this movie. They judge a talent show. Why is the one guy ditch his family? That's a terrible message. Fuck you, Toucan Sam here. Go fuck yourself. Follow your nose and go back to your family, you bitch. Remember when they tried to redesign Toucan Sam? That was a fucking nightmare. Like, what were they thinking? Also, the evil bird from the last movie is back. I would complain, but he's the only person that gives a good performance in the movie, even though his plan is pretty stupid. He wants to kill the birds, but he takes, like, forever to do so. Though he has an excuse because he can't fly anymore after the last movie. There's something there, but unfortunately the character does basically nothing throughout the whole movie. There's another villain, and they kind of forget this guy even exists for most of the movie, and then his plan fails miserably. There's also a frog who wants to fuck him. I'm not even joking. This frog sings a song about how she wants to make love to a cockatoo, which is fucking weird as shit. Why is there a song number here? Well, it's filler. That's why. There's a dance contest that is filler. I don't think it even goes anywhere. Just like, oh, these characters had to do something. So let's them judge a dance competition where the evil bird disguises himself as the Phantom of the Bird Pra and decides that he is going to sing, even though the song he sings sucks. The reason why this movie is really terrible is because there's so much filler and shit. The main plot point doesn't even come until 30 minutes in the movie. You know, the scene where they come to the actual spot? Like, keep in mind, this movie has to do a lot for Madagascar too. So imagine if it took them 30 minutes to get to Africa in that movie. That's how bad this one is. And here's the dad of the Anne Hathaway bird, and for some reason they decided to give this bird a buzz cut. If that makes any sense. I would describe this character's personality, but I think you already know his personality is by just describing. This is the father of the female character's dad, and he doesn't like the guy he chooses to be with. Wow, creative storytelling. He thinks he's a loser. Then again, he is a fucking loser, so I guess he's right about that. Also, Jesse Eisenberg gets cucked by this bird here, who has long hair, because that makes sense. I know they're feathers, but I don't really get it. It's stupid. And this plot goes nowhere too. But enough of that subplot. I don't know why this girl was in my way, because she doesn't do anything. But the other side characters, they've got to judge a singing competition, because that's what this movie's about now. Just that, a dance or whatever, I don't even know. And look at all the wacky animals doing their wacky stuff.
Then I gotta get it, then I gotta blow, and then I gotta shut it.
Kill me. No, kill me for real. This is awful. I was thinking this was just a shitty anime movie. Then all of a sudden it gets really dark randomly, where a bunch of the animals die. Like, seriously, oh my god, they fucking killed. There's some skeletons. They got eaten alive. This is the only time this happens. And this little kid comes out and sings, and it dies too. But uh-oh, the panther sings! This is something that happens in this movie. Why? There's also the evil loggers who are trying to cut down the rainforest illegally. Now, this is something that does happen in our life, and there are jackasses who try to do shit like this. But you would think it'd be more of a focus, but it is kind of, but not really. The very ending, everyone has to come together to fight these evil loggers, and this evil tycoon is full of lollipop. Why is he eating a lollipop? But no, there's barely any info on these guys. They're bad, and that's about it. Like I don't actually kind of like environmental messages, because a lot of times they're important, because a lot of people nowadays think global warming isn't real because they're fucking stupid. So maybe it is good messaging, but at the same time, they don't go into detail, so just a random guy who's evil, who appears for like 1 minute, and at the end, like, we're chopping down the rainforest, and everyone's got to stop them, even though they already had a villain in that cockatoo bird. But no, this guy's the main villain, even though he's barely in the movie. Also, Jesse Eisenberg makes like a mistake and goes into the wrong bird territory, because there's bird racism in this world. So they have to play bird soccer in order to win the territory back. It's not really even mentioned after this subplot. The birds play bird soccer, like whoever wins gets this territory, I guess, or something like that. And then Jesse Eisenberg fucks it up like a fucking idiot by throwing it into the wrong net. Wow. Amazing. Stupid as fuck. Yeah, he thought he won, but he didn't, because uh-oh, he put it in the wrong net. Wow, what an idiot. How are the loggers defeated? By being, maybe arrested? No, all the birds are like, we're gonna fly at them, and that will stop them. There's like 3 people in this organization, so I don't know how that's even successful at logging, but whatever. So they attack the 3 people that are there by flying at them. They don't even poop on them. Like, come on. If you're a bird and you're gonna fly above somebody, you gotta take a giant shit on them. And they're scared of this because I guess these people in the logging industry and the Amazon have never seen birds. This is the finale of the movie. It lasts for like 5 minutes. It's lame. It sucks. And they shove nuts down their tubes. Oh, the villain cockatoo got arrested, and I guess the frog wants to fuck him still. And that's the end of the movie. I guess everything went back to the status quo, except I guess they're living in a nut, and I guess their bird racism was cured by killing loggers or something like that. This movie sucked ass, if you couldn't tell by my reaction. It's awful. Don't watch it. Apparently, there's talks about Rio 3. I've looked up information, and it seems like it will be coming whenever. Maybe at the end of this year, maybe later on Disney Plus. As you know, Blue Sky Studios got bought out by Disney. I have no idea what that would even entail. They did an Ice Age sequel spin-off thing that everyone hated. But, yeah. There's a weird fan wiki for the movie, apparently, a Rio 3. Apparently, it's coming out in 2025, but also it came out in internationally in 2024. And apparently, the film reviewed mixed reviews from critics and grossed $100 million worldwide. I liked how even in this person's fantasy, they said it got mixed reviews. Yeah, I don't know. Even though the second movie was successful, I don't think a third one would be, because who the fuck gives a shit about Rio? Despite how awful this movie is, it grossed almost $500 million. That's $500 million. This piece of shit gained a lot of money for no reason. Who the fuck was taking their kids to see this movie? Why? I didn't see it, obviously. I didn't even know it came out, but apparently it made $500 million. Rio 2 is not a very good movie. I give it 3 out of 10, or 1.5 star. I gave it 2 stars the other day. It's hard to watch. It's not. I don't recommend anyone watching it. Maybe your kids will like it, but it's not even bad for them. But there's a lot better stuff I can show them that actually might give them something to think about. This movie will leave your head as soon as you watch it, much like the first movie. Rio 3, I don't. I'm looking forward to it if it ever does come out because Rio 1 and 2 are. Why do they have kids, by the way? What's the point of them having kids and they're not going to do anything? Awful movie.